A quick video, little bit of change of pace for me. Here's a 40-inch Samsung LCD thin film transistor LCD panel television that I found. The symptoms are it has no picture, and going to be trying to fix it. Wanted to run through a few things of what I think is wrong. All right, first we'll go through and describe the components. It's the power supply, main board. This is the timing controller. This is the backlight inverters, and then of course the backlights are behind this section. Get a little bit wider view. Now the symptoms that this thing is having, and I'm really not going to show it, I'm just going to describe it, is I do get audio, I do get some lettering. For example, when I don't have anything connected to the video input, I do get a very dim lettering, which then fades out. So that might suggest that it's a backlight. But I checked the voltages across this inverter. I had taken it apart. I also disconnected each bulb of the cold cathode tubes and looked, and all of them are lighting. The thing that's really the cinches it that it's not the inverter or the cold cathode tubes, in other words the backlights are working properly, is when I take loose the LVDS cable, which is low voltage differential signaling. This uses differential pairs. In other words, it's a balanced lines. There's 2 lines per data channel. That's to lower the interference of the main board communicating with the timing controller right here. And I plug it back in. I get a very brief flash of a very good picture. I mean, the picture's perfect. And then it goes back dark again. As I said, I do get sound. So usually when the main board is bad, you have a problem with the picture across the entire screen. Now, when I take loose one of these cables, I basically get white down half of the picture, half of the display. And the other half is blank, but you can see some of the on-screen display writing that would be indicative of it when it's totally connected together, when everything is connected, you know, the fault that it's displaying. And then when I connect the other side, I get the same thing. That white screen is, again, indicative of a loss of data signal from the timing controller, but the display is nice and bright on half of the unit, and then when I switch out and disconnect the other side, I get the same thing. That leads me to believe that the LCD panel is fine. It's nice and bright. There's no dead pixels. It's scanning properly. Everything seems to be fine on it. I also checked all the voltages in here. It does actually have the voltages, believe it or not, listed here. I checked all of them. They're all fine. There is this chip right here on the timing controller, which gets extremely hot. This is the gamma chip. And I think what is happening is I think this gamma chip is bad or going bad, and basically it's just the gamma correction is wrong, and whatever is on the display is very, very, very dark, and you just can't see it. So the point is that I believe that the timing controller board is bad. And I have another one on order, and I'm going to put it in, and we'll see. But I just, for all of you out there taking a look, I just wanted to describe sort of the way these things work. There's not a lot of information on actually the specs on how they work. A lot of it's proprietary, and thanks to our wonderful capitalist system, you know, these manufacturers keep it very, very tight in terms of releasing information to anyone except people who pay them. So it's very hard to get educated on this stuff. But from what I can gather, you know, there are no schematics, obviously. what I can gather, the symptoms are indicative of a bad timing controller, which is this board right here. Okay, so we're gonna see, and it's like $30 for this board, so it's no big deal either way, and we'll go from there. Hope you all enjoyed this kind of detour from me fixing my test equipment to something a little more consumer. Just thought I'd try it. Okay, see you later.